Hey guys.
Hey Facebook, good afternoon, happy Wednesday, and welcome to Wisdom Wednesday, episode number 4. Thanks everybody for hopping on. And today we'd like to talk about a principle that's really been around since the beginning of time, and it's had an enormous impact and really in shaping mine and Samantha's philosophy. And it's timely because it was from the gospel this Sunday. And so what is this principle? What is this philosophy? It's we reap what we sow. Or, as you reap, so shall you sow. It's a tough one. So shall you sow.
Sell seashells down by the seashore.
Exactly. Now, this has so many applications to our everyday lives, and it can really be applied to pretty much every aspect of your life, quite literally, right?
Yeah.
And we've tried to. And, the reality is, no matter what you're working with, guys, garbage in will always equal garbage out, right? If you eat junk food, don't all the time, don't expect to perform at your peak physical level. If you invest your time in things that don't improve you, don't expect to improve. Because the reality is, fertile soil, it doesn't care what you plant in it. If you plant apple seeds in fertile soil, if the conditions are right, eventually you're going to have an apple tree. By the same token, right? I mean, can you argue that? By the same token, if you plant tobacco seeds in fertile soil, you'll eventually have a tobacco plant, right? The fertile soil doesn't care, about whether or not it's good for you. If you plant the seed, it's going to grow. So no one here is going to argue that tobacco is more beneficial to consume every day than apples, right? I don't think so. And Samantha and I, we become very aware and very protective of the things that we allow into our minds because we understand this principle that, we reap what we sow. And, everything we're exposed to, whether you realize it, whether you want to believe it, whether you like it or don't like it, everything you're exposed to is going to have an impact on the way you think about things and your thoughts. And the reason we've become so protective of it is because we've realized that, your thoughts are going to shape your beliefs are going to shape your actions, and your actions are going to shape your overall outcomes. And it's your outcomes that determine our results, which dictate really where we end up in life. So I would say it stands to reason and, sounds like a pretty good idea, to choose very wisely the things you allow to influence your thoughts. And, garbage in is always going to equal garbage out. So, Samantha and I, we become very selective of the types of things we allow to take root in our minds because we know, as we sow, so shall we reap.
Ooh, so, got it that one.
I got it out clean that time.
Hey guys, thanks so much for hopping on and joining us today. So I hope everybody realizes, these Wisdom Wednesdays are not for us to get on our high horse and say, oh, you guys need to change your lives or, shape up or ship out. That's not it at all. What we're doing, what our intent is that we have had some personal struggles in our lives, and what we've found are some things that are helping us overcome those struggles or are leading us on a path to getting better in those struggles. So we hope that it's just beneficial for one or two people. And some of these things might seem quite obvious, but, never omit the obvious, right? So that's what we're doing. So, if you're currently reaping everything that you want to be reaping in life, like you have the perfect or what you would consider the finances you want to reap or the relationships that you want to reap or the faith life that you want to reap or the weight or the health that you want to reap. Keep reaping, keep sowing those good seeds. You're obviously doing the right thing. But if you've been struggling for years and years and you're just kind of hoping and wishing that things are going to change and you're going to start reaping better things, you got to take a look at what you're sowing. And that's what we did. So Ray and I, about, roughly 4 years ago, when some mentors of ours shared with us what they did to start reaping better outcomes by sowing different seeds, one of the things that they recommended to us that I would say has been so pivotal is the idea of thinking about what you're putting into your brain big time with the TV and with maybe the radio or what you're listening to and what you're watching. And one example I'll share is that I personally used to pump into my head every single day, first with the TV and then with the radio, political talk. I would get up in the morning and I would turn on Fox News and I would watch that until I was ready to leave, and then I would get in the car and I'd put on talk radio, and then all day I would have these conversations with people that were, let's just say kind of repulsive, right? And some of you might be chuckling right now because maybe you've been on the other end of one of my political rants, and it's not so fun. So what I realized, I'm sure you have a time or two, and I'm trying to get better. I hope that I've gotten a little bit better in the years since. But, what I realized was that, wow, the news is important. It's good to stay up on current times, but it is highly negative, you guys. And when you're feeding that into your brain every single morning, every single afternoon, every single night, your brain starts to turn negative. And so my relationships were negative. I mean, people were probably repulsed by me, and rightly so. So that's one of the ways that I tried to start sowing a better seed. Ray didn't have as much of a problem with it. He was always a little better on that front. But but the TV shows could be the same thing. I'm not here to tell you, you're a bad person for watching TV shows. I just want you to consider, if I'm sitting every night and watching TV show after TV show, is it allowing me to reap better things in my life? Am I becoming more financially successful by the TV shows that I'm sowing? Am I becoming more spiritually fulfilled in my faith by the TV shows that I'm watching? The music that you're listening to, or maybe just using that time not to listen to music, maybe you could pump something else in. Like, for instance, Ray and I have found a lot of benefit in pumping into our brains and into our heads the, like personal development things. So audiobooks have been very big for us. Podcasts, old-fashioned books, you could read the old-fashioned books. As a busy mom, I find it very hard to sit down and read a book. I find it easier to just, put on my headset, what am I, like, in the 90s? Put in my headphones and listen to something on audio. So, if you would like us to give you some recommendations, of the things that we have felt like we've been able to sow better and therefore reap better, ideas of books to read, on finances or parenting or health or faith, anything like that, podcasts that we have found to be beneficial. If you would like us to recommend those things, then drop a comment and we'll comment right back with some of the things that have been useful to us. But anyway, that's really all we got for you guys. Just being cognizant of the things that you're sowing so that you are reaping the things that you want out of life. So thanks for joining us.
Yeah, absolutely. Monica, Karen, Chuck, Kayleen, TJ.
Kayleen, hey.
Hey, Becky. Hey, Michelle. Thanks for hopping on. Lauren, Glenn. Thank you guys so much for hopping on. Monica, right now I'm reading The Art of Exceptional Living by Jim Rohn. It's a collection of a lot of his talks, which is absolutely fantastic. I can't go wrong with the late, great Jim Rohn ever. Hey, Jen. Hey, Megan. Thanks for hopping on. But, hopefully you guys found some value in this. Again, please help keep us accountable. If you like it, let us know. If you want us to stop talking, let us know too. And also please help us keep us accountable and coming back and doing this, because it helps us so much to get out here and talk about what we're learning and continue to find ways to implement the things we're learning in our lives. And you can learn all you want, but if you don't put into action and help others with it, it's absolutely useless. So that's our hope, and that's what we're trying to do here. You got it, Monica.
Yeah, we'll drop some more in the comments, some more things that have been very helpful to us. But thanks, guys, for tuning in, and we'll see you next Wednesday. Say bye-bye, Stella.
Love you, Becky. Take care.